All right, good morning, everyone. Thursday morning, and uh, hmm, that was an awesome discussion. Just those little tidbits help so much in life, to hear points of view, and to know that you can progress in these everyday little situations. In yoga, it's called sadhana. Everything is working towards equanimity. That's another topic that I've been discussing too. So equanimity is related to dispassion, and dispassion is exactly what Kathy was talking about, not being attached to how other people's point of view is, and knowing that you can love and be friendly, within all that stuff. So let's use that as our um, practice today. So when we move our bodies, we can move a lot of those issues and tensions and doubts and fears and the worry about it all. We can move it out of our bodies. So let's do that today. So sit up tall, so head, neck, spine, line it up, shoulders back and down, and close your eyes. And as you attend to the breath, let's bring these concepts, the equanimity, the dispassion, the attachment to things into our breathing, and inhale the non-attachment to this and exhale the attachment to it. Find the open nostril, inhale through it, exhale through the opposite. And then gently make that switch. And then exhaling through both nostrils, inhaling through both. And then find that center, that equanimity right here in the breath stream. All right, gently open your eyes, bring your hands to your heart center. Extend the arms and open up that chest. And let's bring those concepts in and bring them up into prayer flow. And then draw them down to the heart center. And we'll bow to that. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale, bring it up, all those positive good thoughts, those good energies. Bring it into the heart. And then let's go 1 more time. Really think of those thoughts and draw them in. Know that they are a part of you. Release, bow to it. And then gently just come back into center. All right, let's start a little bit different today. So let's bring our legs wide, seated on your chair, and left elbow to the left knee. So, my attachment is always starting right. Is there a reason for that? No, not necessarily. It's a habit. So let's do left to left. Let's work with this kind of thing. Right arm comes up and over, and stretch it. Open up the hip and that side of the ribs. You know, just a simple thing to open the body. Look under the arm and look up at the ceiling. And then gently just release to the other side. You know, maybe we'll just start with everything left today. So same thing, look under and then look up. And see if you can see something new. All right, let's release that. Okay, we're going to switch again. So left to left, back of the hand on the low back. Now work with the shoulder and look up. Look for something different. And then gently switch. And then back to your center and a half forward fold. Arms out at a T, inhale up overhead. Press the palms together, interlace, spin the palms up, press up, straighten the elbows, and then tip side to side. All right, one more on each side. And release from here. We're going to go right into a seated spinal twist. So left over right. See if I can do this, you know, for a whole hour. Switch my thinking. Left over right. So that means your right hand's on the left knee and then twist. Tuck your chin toward that back armpit. And then bring it up and over the shoulder, looking back just a bit more. And unwind. And switch. So left hand's on the knee and twist. Keep the spine long. Chin to the armpit. And up and over. And then begin your unwind. And release, shake that out. Okay, a little bit more leg work. So left ankle over the right. And I think last time we did the little pumping. Let's bring the leg up into that pigeon pose or posture. and lift it up a little higher. Give yourself some time. If the hip is tight, release it and lift until it feels a little looser and you can go a little higher. So maybe about 5, 6 times. And then when you get to that highest point, hold it there. Draw it in. And then that might be another exercise too, where you have to bring it in and out a little bit until it releases, you know, the hip and knee. And then when you're at that closest point in toward the chest, hold it there. All right, and then we'll release that side. All right, let's try the right. So lift it, and let's try, you know, sequentially bringing it up a little higher. It's a really nice way to work with the body, particularly if it's fairly stiff or you've been inactive or sitting for a while. Much better than just trying to go to its highest point right away. This is really a great way. And the body likes repetition anyway. Well, that's more mind, but it will follow. All right, so find that highest point, hold it. And then start drawing it in, you know, sequentially, in and out. Okay, I think I've done about 6. So then hold it in. All right, and then relax it. All right, shake that out. Today, I think we're going to go right to sun salutations. So let's come to standing and grab your chairs. And today we do 3 of them. So I'm going to see if I can start with my left. So we'll start left leg back for lunge. And remember what we're talking about is bringing your leg back into that same line where it is when you began. So there's 2 things we'll work with. All right, find your mountain pose. Press the big toes down, the little toes down, feel the arc in the foot. Finding that center, drawing that sensation up the legs, up the spine, up the crown, draw your shoulders back and down, and then relax the feet. Bringing your hands to the heart center, starting slow and working up a little quicker. Exhale forward. And inhale up, back bend, and into our first forward fold. Left foot back, drop the knee and look up. Down dog. Step back into that same plane or line. Cobra. Down dog. Left foot forward, drop the knee, look up. Forward fold. Inhale up. Forward fold. Right foot back. Lunge. Down dog. Cobra. Down dog. Right foot forward. Lunge. Forward fold. Inhale up. Come to the heart. And we'll go quicker. Forward, up and back. Fold. Left leg back. Lunge. Down dog. Cobra. Down dog. Left forward. Fold. Come up. Fold. Right foot back. Lunge. Down dog. Cobra. Down dog. Right foot forward. Fold. Come up to your heart. And this is a really quick one. No pausing in between each movement, but make sure you complete each posture. All right, forward, up and back, and fold. Left back, down dog, cobra, down dog, left forward, fold, come up, fold, right back, down dog, cobra, down dog, right forward, fold, and come up, back to your heart. All right, just hang out in the mountain. All right, let's work with modified triangle. I really do like this version of it. Wide stance, you know, the wider, the more difficult, so you decide where you are today. You can point your toes out a bit. And then arms at a T, and it's right hand to the left foot, and then the left arm comes straight up. So if you're able, press the palm to the floor, and then come back to center, and we'll switch sides. And back to center. We'll do another slow one, and then we'll go a little bit quicker. So right to left, center, switch, and center. And then now with the breath. So take a big inhale, exhale, right to left, inhale up, exhale, switch. All right, just keep going. And if your hand isn't flat, see if you can work towards it, or your block or a blanket. All right, let's do one more, right and left. I started with my right, I shouldn't have. And back to center and step it together. So, you know, when you do these little practices, you realize how attached you are to the regular way that you do things. It's really good to break out of those habits at times, as long as you're consistent with it. You know, that's kind of the lesson in it all. Let's do a little side bending. So step wide again, and we'll start with hands just at the waist, and tip left. I did it, gamey, and right. And just go side to side. All right, so end with tipping to the right. And then come back to center. And extend the arms. And we're going to bring the right arm right up to the ear and the left one on your left leg. And then tip left. So we're going to now go down a little further than we went first time. And then come up and switch. So left arm to the face, tip right. And then let's try this with the breath. So inhale up, switch, exhale, tip, inhale up, switch. So elongate the breath. And with your right side tip, because we started left, so that balances it out. And then come back to center. All right, stay right where you are. Don't come out of the pose yet. Just take a little breath break. Now we're going to do the same thing. So bring your right arm up. We're going to tip left. Now go to that lowest point. Take your time as you travel down. And when you're at that low point, hold it. All right, come up, switch. Go to the low point and hold it. And come up slow. That was a deep, deep bend. And just come back to standing. It was interesting because I don't think I've ever gone all the way down where my fingertips touch the floor. All right, breathe deep. And we're going to come to seated. So this is what I've been working with. You cross your feet and come to seated. Gently. Give it a try. Not easy. But I commend you if you tried. All these little things are just such simple things that we can, work with. All right, so easy pose. This is another pose that you can work with as well, is bringing the feet under the knees or even a little bit past them, and then coming into that really tall spine. And put one hand on each knee, press your chest forward, and roll your shoulders back. Keep your chin level, just gaze forward. So it's a good opportunity to work with the low back, which is what I've been working with, and straightening that out and really giving you a nice tall posture. All right, keep that posture. Bring your hands to your heart, and I'm going to catch myself. Left elbow to the right knee, so seated prayer twist. And center, stay tall, switch. So this is a hard one too. So we're going to do this several times, switching from side to side, and see where your elbow eventually lands, on your leg. It might go further and further past the leg as you get a little more nimble. And then follow the breath, inhale in your center. And that'll help. Exhale when you twist. All right, let's do one more with the left elbow touching and one more with the right. And then center yourselves. All right, so straighten your legs out, flatten the knees, toes up, come to staff. So staff is another one that looks easy and it's not. Hands at your hips. And again, an opportunity to come right up out of those hips and straighten that spine, nice and tall. I've been reading a lot of Swami Rama's books that people have talked about their memoirs regarding their time that was spent with him. And so many of those people said he stood so tall, his posture was so tall, he looked like he was 6'5". Well, he wasn't. He was apparently just 6 feet tall, kind of a normal height. But the way he held himself made him appear much taller, much bigger, much more grand and majestic. And, that in itself was a lesson for us. All right, just relax a little bit out of this, but bring your right heel into your hip and give that a good hug. Keep this left leg straight, toes up. Hug it and then shift your chest off and walk toward that left foot. If you can't get your foot, that's okay. Anywhere on the leg. So walk your right foot. No, I did the same side. So your knee stays up, right knee stays up. And then begin to lower chest to thigh. And if you want to try the variation, wrap your right arm in front of the shin and let your hand rest on your thigh. So it gives you a little bit more room to go deeper. Regulate your breath so that you're not holding and the breath is even. And then just walk yourself up out of it. Come back to staff. So kind of recenter. And then let's try the left side. So hug it first. Keep the right leg flat. And then walk to the right. Straighten out that left knee so that your knee is somewhat above the ankle. It's just not like this. Walk it up. All right. And then begin to lower. And you can take this in steps also, just inhale, lift the body, exhale, lower. You can do that 5, 6 times. All right, and you try the variation. So your left arm wraps in front of the left shin, hand on your thigh, and then do that sequential lowering. And then just gently walk yourself up. Go back to staff. Sit up super tall. Be majestic. We'll use that word today. And then we'll counterpose this with a tabletop. So bend the knees, hands behind the hips, and just lift. So you can choose to tuck your chin or to straighten it out. This would be the full posture. Lift the hips up, try to get level. And if this is difficult on shoulders or wrists, just come back, hug the knees, and try it again. So we'll do that sequentially also. So lift. And you can lower. In fact, let's do it that way. Let's do 3 of them. We'll do one more. And then hug your knees one more time. And go back to tabletop again. And we're going to hold it if you're able. If not, that's fine. Just go back to hugging knees. All right, drop the hips, hug the knees. And we're gonna go into the first part of turtle. So start with your legs in a V and then just bend the knees. And they don't have to be very wide. You can bring them in a little bit. In fact, I will. And then slip your hands under your knees until your hands start walking out to the side like this. So what that does is it forces the body to fold forward. So work with your folding forward in turtle. And the more you bring your hands out, of course, the further down you go. But we won't go into the full posture, just this far. But I think on Monday we will. All right, just keep walking your fingers out if you're able and see if you can deepen. And then reverse it, walk yourself out. And we're going to do another tabletop to counterpose that. So go into whatever version you can. Get those hips up really high. And then lower, hug your knees. And we're going to go into side plank, modified side plank. So come on to all fours first. So once you're here, extend. So I'll do the left side first. Extend your, I'll do it this way, your right leg, and let your left toes point to the middle of the right foot, like that. And then once you're there, bring your right arm up. So you're on your left knee, your right leg is extended, your right arm is up, and then look up. Okay, we're going to play with this a bit. So extend it over the face and reach. Now lift the right leg. All right, lower your leg. Bring your arm down, or your palm down by your hip, palm down. Reach that arm forward and look at your hand. It was a lot of work. And then one more, bring the back of your hand to your low back, rock the shoulder open, see if you can twist deeper. All right, and then just release from here. Let's take a quick child's pose before we go to the other side. All right, come up out of child's, and let's switch to, now you're going to be on your right knee and extending your left leg. So it's toes toward the arch of your left foot. So right knee is bent, left leg is straight, left arm out. All right, look up. Arm over to the face. and really reach. Okay, now lower your palm toward the hip, palm down, look at it. Then the back of the hand to the low back, roll the shoulder back, twist a bit. Okay, let's go back to all fours, take a child's pose. All right, and come on. So stay on your knees, make sure you protect them if you need to, and we're gonna practice camel, modified camel. So the knees are separated about hip width, and we'll start on the left, because I remembered. And tuck your left toes, and then drop your left hand to the left heel. So then the right arm comes up to counterbalance. And see how far back you can go. And come up when you're ready. All right, if you're done, just switch, tuck the right, right to right, left arm balance. Come up as slow as you can. And I like to take a rabbit after camel. So top of your head to the floor, your forehead is close to your knees. No weight on the head, very brushing the floor. And hold your hips up, but you can bring your hands to your back of your legs. All right, slowly come up. Bring your arms in a T. Come up overhead. So you're going to draw the energy back up. Reach straight up. And back to your heart. All right, and release from there. Okay, on your backs. Make those easy transitions. And start with hugging knees to chest and massage the back of it. It'll do a lot of work. Okay, place your feet on the floor. Keep your knees bent. Let's start working with arch pose. So hands down by your hips, palms down, and lift the hips up. Keep the neck kind of soft and relaxed the whole time. Lower the hips, and we're going to add the arms. So as you inhale the hips up, both arms come up and over. And exhale, the hips and the palms hit at the same time. All right, so now just keep going. Natural full breath, high hips, back of the hands, and then the reverse. I like to keep my chin slightly tucked so my neck stays straight. All right, one more. All right, as soon as you're done with that, feet are flat, knees are bent, cross the left over right, arms at a T, drop both of them to the right and look left. And center. Change the cross, drop them left, look right. And then we're going to turn this into a flow. So inhale, center, switch, exhale, lower. Inhale, center, switch, exhale, lower. Just keep going. One more to the left side, one more to the right side. Actually, I said that opposite. All right, and if you're done, straighten out your legs. We're almost done. Bring both legs up to the ceiling. Try to keep nice and straight. Wide V. Happy baby. Both legs together, straighten them up to the ceiling one more time. We're going to lower both legs. And for the last 3 minutes, We'll relax into moving yoga. So we won't do a full formal Shavasana. Arms out at a T, bend the right knee, and drop it out to the right, and then bring it up to center 5 times. So this will be part of your rest. When you're done with 5, straighten the leg. Bend the left one, do the same thing 5 times. And it's always exhale down, inhale up. And then straighten that leg. Take just a brief break and then bend both. Drop both to the right, back to center 5 times. I do 6 just so you know, so you guys can keep up or catch up. I'm probably a little ahead. And then to the left. And then the windshield wiper, right in, left. And then start turning your head opposite the knees. About 5 on each side. All right, center, straighten your legs. We're going to take a 1 minute in silence in full Shavasana pose. Go right to your breath, sweeping breath, exhaling from the crown down the width of the body, down the legs, out the toes. Watch it spin around and enter the toes, up the legs, out the width of the body, and out the crown of the head. Spin it around and travel down several more times. So go back to our original intention about releasing attachment and cultivating dispassion. And then gently back to natural breath, wiggle fingers and toes. Roll to your left side and come right back to seated. And bringing your hands to your heart center. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste.